looking.
Oh, wait, you're on my lives now. I forgot about that.
I'm aware.
Hi, everyone. I am Jessie Lang with Unlocked, and I come on live inside of our Facebook and on our YouTube channel every single Tuesday, 2:00 Eastern. Today's topic is Ask Me Anything. This is literally anything from financing to deal sourcing to business structure to anything you can think of about real estate or running a rental business. I am here to answer your questions. You see, we have Lizzie on our team who will field a lot of the questions in the comments. And you will notice that I am not at my desk like I usually am. So I am, while everyone's hopping on and starting to ask some questions, I'll kind of let you know a little bit about what's going on in my life. So I am in small town Louisiana, really kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be perfectly honest. And I'm with my mom and my Aunt Susan, and we're on a bit of a little kind of family pilgrimage type thing. And I'm learning all about like my family history from grandparents, great grandparents, like back to the 1800s. And we've met a ton of people, and everyone's like really cute in small town, and I've had a really good time. So that's where I am. But I'm here to answer y'all's questions. So looks like we have a few folks on.
Say hi. Tell us where you're from.
Hi, everyone. Let us know where you're calling in from. And if you have any rentals, I love, love, love knowing who I'm talking to. If you're new to our group and this is your first live stream, welcome so much, and let us know that as well. Let's see. Lizzie, it looks like I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, well, that's good.
Maybe I am, but it's saying I'm live. Sorry, the little thing at the bottom. So, y'all, I need questions. Let me know your real estate questions. If no one has anything, Lizzie, you got some questions for me?
Yeah. A lot of questions that when I talk to new investors, they want to talk about like setting up an S corp versus an LLC. So like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually just had our CPA on our Dream Team call last week. And this is a call inside of Rentals Made Easy. It's our mastermind program. So we had our CPA on. He was teaching us all about LLC versus S Corp, when to have one, when to whatever. And I'll answer Vic's question as well. Can you BRRRR under a business? So to LLC, absolutely, you should have an LLC. Absolutely. Can you BRRRR under a business? Based on the loan types that we use, you actually have to BRRRR under a business. So our hard money lenders and our DSCR lenders are lending based on the asset itself and based on the like business borrower as well, but mostly based on the business. So can you BRRRR under a business? Yes, you have to, based on the loan types that we use. If you want to do an S Corp, there are some really, really awesome tax savings, but you should speak to your CPA because it's not great for every type of business. It's not great for every type of, borrower or business owner. So if you think that that's a good idea for the tax savings, definitely speak to your CPA. We have some newbies. Hi, Natalie. Welcome, Houston, Texas. Rockport, Illinois. Love to have you. You guys let us know in the comments where you are in your business, and I can talk to that a little bit. I am here for you.
Oh, Miami.
We have Rose from Miami. Hello, Rose. Lizzie, what other questions you got?
Tell me, because I know you are going through the process of a 1031 exchange. So like, tell me what is the purpose behind that, and like what are the benefits, or like why? Yeah. Why 1031?
Yeah, so a 1031 exchange. Lizzie she's all about the tax savings questions today, which I love. So 1031 is it's a custodian type relationship. So you can hire a company that does 1031s. And when I sell a property that was a long-term rental, you need to have owned it for a year or more. And then if I was going to make $100,000 in profit that I would have paid taxes on, what I can do is I can put that into my 1031 custodian account, and then I can take that money out of the account and use it to buy like kind real estate somewhere else. So we actually just did a big one. We took a rental that I owned from 2015 to 2023. We had about $200,000 in proceeds I would have paid taxes on because, right, we own real estate long term, values go up, principal that I owe back to the bank goes down. So every single month, my equity grew. So we're at about 200K when I sold this. I put that money into a 1031. I rolled it into about 5 or 6 other properties here in Columbus, and I will pay 0 taxes on that capital gains until I go to sell the 5 or 6 I bought in Columbus. Taxes are due at that time. They don't eliminate taxes forever. It just kicks the can down the road. So 1031 is a really, really good way to, so imagine I would have paid 20% capital gains in 1 year. And yeah, Todd says own it till you're dead so you don't pay the tax. Exactly right. So
somebody
you don't
pays that tax, though?
do what?
Somebody pays that tax, though, right?
I mean, someone down the road. Yeah, the can goes down the road. So basically, what I did was I took capital gains from one property and I dispersed it across 5 or 6 others. So I will eventually pay those taxes, but I could pay them in the year I sell those properties and spread it out versus getting hit with all your capital gains in 1 year. So it's a really powerful tool. Obviously, the downside is that you don't get those proceeds in your pocket. So if you think you're walking with 200K, you cannot touch the money. You cannot touch it. It does not come to your bank account. It goes into your 1031 custodian account. You get not a penny. It all has to go back into real estate. All right. So Gustavo says you're doing a fourplex and have a mix of midterm, short term, awesome, and house hack. Love to hear that. That is exactly how I got started, which was house hacking. A fantastic way to own real estate with really, really preferred financing terms. So really good work. Would love to answer any questions you have. Okay, what else do we have? So if you don't have, oh, great question, Vic. So, or we'll go with Vic, VIC. If you don't have a property yet, how much liquid would it take to get started? Great question. It's one that we get all the time. It is pretty common to need 10 to 15% as a down payment of the combined purchase price and rehab cost. So if your purchase price is $100,000, these are Columbus, Ohio numbers. Y'all don't go crazy. It works the same in any market if the numbers just are bigger. So if $100,000 purchase, say $30,000 renovation, I need to get my calculator. Say you're all in for 130, and say we need about 15% down. So 130 times 0.15. So in this scenario, you would need about $20,000 down to get started. That's what we like to recommend. I would also recommend some reserves. And then a really powerful tool that we won't get in super, super in depth is private money. So even if you don't have that $20,000, you can raise that as private money. You can raise your down payment. Now, the more leveraged you are, the riskier the deal. That is a no-brainer. But it is definitely possible to get started with none of your own money, although we recommend 10 to 15% of your combined purchase and rehab. Cool? What else do we have? When is it a good time to pocket some of your profits? Rose, great question, and 100% up to you. We have rolled pretty much all of our profits back into real estate since I started. I almost never we've done a couple distributions where, we'll take $10,000, $15,000 for a house project, whatever it is. But I pay taxes when that comes out of the business, when I pay myself. So this is 100% up to you. We, for the most part, have rolled everything back into real estate since I started. Obviously, the more money you roll back in, the faster you can go, which speed has been the name of the game for the last 4 years now. What does Miss Sarah say? Sarah is one of our 90-day challenge students. She is awesome. They absolutely crushed the 90-day challenge. Super, super proud. So would you ever buy a property that's $245,000 in rent, or would I try to flip? Great question. And this applies nationwide. Is it all comes down to the comparable sales and to the numbers. So if this property, say you buy for $245, it needs another $30K into it, say that it's worth $300, I'm just making this up, $300 when it's done. So you would figure out, what is the mortgage payment? What would my mortgage be on a loan that is 75% of $300,000? Because the bank will give you 75% of the appraised value. So again, totally making these numbers up. If that mortgage was $2,200, say it was $1,800 and it would rent for $2,500, then yeah, absolutely. I would definitely buy that. If the mortgage would be $1,800 a month and it would rent for $16, no, I would not buy that. So it's not necessarily, it's market by market, and it's not necessarily the purchase price exactly. It's the question you always want to ask yourself is, will the rent support the mortgage of the new appraised value? There's a lot of moving parts in there. I'm well aware. You need to know your after repair value. You need to know your market rent. You need to know your interest rate once you go to refinance this thing. You need to know how much money you have left in the deal. Lots of moving parts, but totally doable. We actually have a custom BRRRR calculator that has been built out over the years that kind of factors all of this in, and it tells you, is this a good deal? Yes or no, basically. Vic says, do you save more buying cash than taking out a loan? Absolutely. It costs less, right? You don't have any finance costs. Okay. But what you need to factor in is your opportunity cost of your own money. If you have say you have, this is my, I want to say two things. So first, I did a training on exactly this, all about leverage. I'm going to give you the short version right now, but if you guys want to see that full training that is all about leverage, comment leverage here in the comments, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are, and Lizzie will get that over to you. So first thing is, I got a full training on it. The second thing is, the power of leverage is, say you have $100,000, period. That's all, that's what you have. And the project would be $100,000 between purchase and rehab. So if you're using your own money, you can do one project, right? You need 100, you have 100, one project. Now, if you want to do more projects with that same amount of money, you're going to have to get a loan. If you put 10% down on 10 projects, right? So that's 10K each. You could do 10 projects with your same 100 if you use leverage and loans, or you could do one project with your same 100 if you use all your own money and no loans. So the question is, do you save more by buying cash? Yes, of course you do. But what's the opportunity cost on the other deals that you're missing out on? I would argue all day that leverage is the way to go if you are looking to build a mid-sized to large portfolio.
For
Cool?
sure.
Yeah. Lizzie, what else do we have?
Ooh, what kind of class neighborhoods do you aim for?
Yeah. So what neighborhoods do I aim for? A, B, C, D, E. Totally market dependent, totally risk tolerance dependent, wherever you want. We are in developing neighborhoods. I have a very strong motto: buy in the path of progress. So I'm not buying A and B. Oh, we have some B. We do have some B. they were really good deals. It's not necessarily my core buy box. They were good deals that came to me. We bought them. My core buy box is C. I'm a strong C. D and E, not so much. But a strong C neighborhood, you're finding people with stable jobs. The property values increasing rapidly here in Columbus and a lot of these developing neighborhoods, and progress is coming. So I'm buying at a C today, but could sell it at a B a couple years from now because the neighborhoods are improving.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this question. I'm going to pull it up.
Okay.
Gus and his wife have a multifamily, and his wife wants to add single family, and he wants to stay with multi. You being somebody who has a ton of single family, like, what are your thoughts on single versus multi?
Oh, great question. I love single family. I really, really do. I will share my reasoning, but I will say having both is a good idea. So you don't have to do one or the other. We have small apartments as well. I have 1 4-unit. It was 2. I ended up selling 1, but we had 1 4-unit and 2 6-units. So about a third, 25% of the portfolio is small apartments. So I have quite a bit of experience. I love single family because people tend to stay longer. They're not being bugged by the neighbors. It's one more element of eliminating a reason that people would leave. We're always looking for happy, healthy, long-term residents. You'll hear me say that. Happy, healthy, long-term residents. I want a strong relationship and I want them to stay for a long time. And so when you remove the element of someone parked in my parking spot, someone is loud, someone's dogs are barking, this one happens, and it happens in multifamily. One person brings in roaches, and now the whole building has roaches. So when you eliminate all of those reasons for someone to leave, in our experience, they tend to stay longer. So it removes a lot of the interpersonal. And honestly, I don't have to hear a lot about the interpersonal, like so-and-so parked in my spot. We get that more than I care to hear about, to be honest. And then we're like putting up parking signs and all this stuff. You miss a lot of that with single family. And people have yards. We're very pro pet friendly. So people, they bring their pet, they stay. And that's what we really, really are looking for. A turnover on average right now, we're $2,500 to $3,000. And that's even if the property is left in pretty decent condition. It costs a lot to turn a property over. So I would rather keep someone as long as I can, which I find is more successful on single family. Pro multifamily, 1 mortgage, 1 roof. So there are definitely some benefits on multifamily. So I think that's why it's good to have both. In different market cycles, things are more desirable. So typically a multifamily will be a little bit lower rent cost per unit. Overall would be more, of course, because there's multiple. But if you could rent a single family in a neighborhood for $1,200, you may be getting 900 on a multifamily, right? Because they don't have the yard, they have shared neighbors, all that. So you may get a little bit less per. So in markets where people are kind of struggling to pay rent, those are going to be more desirable. In markets where the economy is going great and single family is going to be more desirable, you have a little higher people who can pay a little bit more. So they're both important. What else do we have? Can you get a 10% down loan, 20% down? Okay, so Andrew's an author, it sounds like. Love that. If you are going straight into a DSCR, yes, you're going to be putting 25% down. We do the BRRRR process, which we have another question right here, kind of related. So you'd like to get started. So let me give you kind of a high level of what the BRRRR process looks like and how we're getting that 10%. So I'm buying a property with hard or private money. It's below market value because it's distressed in one way or another. Likely the property itself is distressed, likely the situation is distressed, and we're buying it at a discount. I'm doing the renovations. I'm forcing the value. I'm forcing the appraised value of what it will be worth once I'm finished. I'm getting it rented at market rate. So maybe before you bought it, it was rented at $800. The rent hadn't been raised in, I don't know, a decade from the person who was living there. Maybe now market's 13, 1400. Like, I mean, we're really, really pushing the market rent. And then I'm taking this whole new package to the bank. And I'm getting a loan. So I have, in the deals we're doing, I have forced the value more than 25%. So Andrew, I'm putting 25% down also, but it's none of my own money. Lizzie, did that explain it? I know you know how to do it, but
I think so. Hopefully, will clarify.
So the 25% I'm putting down on my DSCR is not my money. It is my time and energy that I used in order to get the property up to the new appraised value. So say I'm in it for 150, it appraises for 200. The bank will give me 75% loan to value, which is 25% down. So my own cash, I'm in it for 150. They'll give me 150. My cash is zero, but I still put 25% down.
Because you have 25% in the property.
Correct. I have 25% equity, but it's not my money. It is my time and energy by fixing it up and getting it rented out. That's the BRRRR method, y'all. That's the beauty of the BRRRR method. I'm not coming with 25% down. I'm doing the work to turn 25% down payment in equity, not money. I had way too much coffee today.
I think speaking of BRRRR method.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of listen, y'all. Speaking of the BRRRR method, if you guys want this, I mean, it is the method that I've used to buy $10 million in rental properties in the last 3.5 years. $4 million in equity, meaning I created $4 million by running this method over and over and over and over and over.
Nuts.
It's crazy. I have this broken down into a literal step-by-step. It's a little mini course. It's about 3.5 hours worth of content. It is this, but broken down like to a T. $47. It is such a great entry to the strategy. It's going to give you some really good takeaways. And so Lizzie will post the link for that. It's fantastic. We just launched it a few weeks ago and we've had really, really good feedback. So
a week ago.
Oh, 1 week ago. Gosh, God, time's so crazy. So Andrew says you love to BRRRR, but you need team on the ground. 100% boots on the ground is going to be your most vital, critical team member if you are investing remotely. This is someone who is not your agent, is not your contractor, is not your inspector. They have zero skin in the game on this deal other than representing you as the buyer. I don't even mean representing you. I mean, they're your eyes and ears. They're on your team. That's it. Their job is to tattletale on everyone else for their contractor didn't do the work. So-and-so didn't do the cleaning, so-and-so, whatever. They are you, but physically there, and they work for you. So absolutely boots on the ground. You got to have it.
For sure.
Gustavo, my wife is going to give me a huge I told you so. I love it. My wife, her absolute favorite is I told you so, but she only does it with her eyes. She would never tell me I told you so. It's just with the eyes, but I know what she means.
I'm not allowed to say it at home anymore.
Yeah. So I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Jose is asking, you're in Dallas. You bought a current home through FHA. Should I buy with a conventional loan or through my FHA? So if you have an FHA loan and you want to turn that into a rental, I would not touch my loan. I would just keep it FHA and then get it rented out. You don't need to refinance unless you have a ton of equity and you need that equity. But I would not refinance. I would let that one roll, and then I would buy your next one using harder private money. That's kind of the model I used. How can you get started as a boots on the ground? Wait, are you saying started to hire one or be the boots on the ground? Super interesting. What market are you in? I may have to come back to that one, but that one is That's really interesting. You guys, if you're investing wherever RV Profit is, you may have a new boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants, okay, be the boots on the ground. I love that. So I've never had anyone ask me from that point of view, which I think is super interesting. The same way I would tell someone how to find a boots on the ground, I would tell you how to be a boots on the ground is through your local community Facebook groups, investor groups, your local RIA. You can go in person and I mean, okay, if you're in an in-person thing and there's a name tag, please, this is so cheesy, but put what you do on the name tag. I swear to you, if you say first name, last name, boots on the ground, the amount of people that are going to come up to you, ooh, North Carolina, we're about to start investing in North Carolina. We should connect. So if you literally put what you do, boots on the ground, and the amount of people that will approach you would be, you would be really surprised by. Because the person hiring you probably is not local, right? Because they probably wouldn't need boots on the ground. At that point, turn to social media. Turn to your Facebook groups. Turn to your RIA may have a Facebook group. Turn to social media. Jump on my live streams because I'm about to get Emerson a boots on the ground. So they're investing in Columbus, Ohio. I know that. Emerson, we have some boots on the ground here, and anyone in the chat, anyone in this chat, you can go ahead and connect with, and we'll get you someone. Don't worry. In the next 7 days, you'll have someone. 3 days. Let's speed it up. So just literally exactly like that, like being bold enough to come onto a Facebook group and let people know what you're looking for. Swear to you, half of the business that I have built has been through social media. Probably more. Lizzie, what would you say? Probably all my business.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much everything's been through social media. Y'all do not sleep on the power of one-to-many. One-to-one relationships are beautiful. They're deeper. They're fantastic. But nothing can replace the one-to-many. You can post one time and hundreds of people can see what you're looking for. Don't sleep on that. Andrew's in Cleveland. That's awesome. We actually have quite a few students in Cleveland. So would recommend that you reach out to post in the Unlock group, and I know people will reach out. We have some students who could probably connect you with boots on the ground. Karthik asks, are we doing a one-to-one mentorship program? So maybe something's in the works on one-to-one, but we do have an absolutely incredible group program. It's called the Rentals Made Easy Method Mastermind, and it is a 6-month program. We take you from, maybe you have 1 or 2 rentals and you did them all the wrong way. We get all your systems cleaned up. We connect you with our lenders. We get you up to being a business owner and scale to the point where you're buying 1 to 3 rental properties per month, like clockwork. Lizzie talks to everyone who's interested. So we actually have quite a few students on today, which I super, super appreciate. But yes, so there is a mentorship program, and I think you're on YouTube. So Lizzie, if you could try to figure out how to reach out.
It is in the description of this.
Awesome.
Or it will be.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
Book a call that way.
Or you can do Lizzie at unlockedguide.com. And she'll get you set up. Lizzi. Do we recommend hard money lenders? Absolutely, we do. Y'all comment hard money lender, and Lizzie will shoot you a training that we did with one of our very best preferred hard money lenders. And so, yes, 100%. Awesome. And then we got the link here to book a discovery call if you're interested in mentorship. I teach people to do exactly what I'm doing. You could hang out with me 3 hours a week. We have a really good time. We do in-person events. It's fun. So would love to talk to you for sure. You guys, we're coming up on time. My family is looking at me. We got a lunch date and got to go learn some more family history. So thank you for all of your awesome questions. And we will see you next week. Lizzie, who do we have next week?
Next week, we're doing a roundtable with 3 of our students.
Yes, we have a roundtable with a bunch of student success. And I would love to see y'all there. You get to hear people's like super fun stories and how they went from a newbie to a property owner. So we will see you next week at 2 Eastern. See ya.